What would happen if birds and pigs declared war on each other? You'll learn the answer from our recap of the Angry Birds movie. Let's go! A lonely bird island, located in the middle of the ocean, is inhabited by quite peaceful creatures. A bird named Red is one of them. Unfortunately, this feathered fellow is a real loser. He tries to arrange a surprise party for the newly hatched chicks but scares the baby and annoys his dad. To make things worse, it turns out that the main character has ruined the birthday cake. Furious Red smears this cake on the face of the birthday boy's angry dad and goes away. Alas, in doing so he steps on a squirrel and falls right into the couple's egg. Uh-oh. Actually, Red is not a bad guy. In fact, he doesn't mean any harm. The problem is that other birds have constantly teased him and hurt him since he was a baby. They even sneezed on his popcorn. His big black eyebrows made everyone giggle. Because of the other birds' misbehavior, Red has outburst of uncontrolled anger. After the incident with the cake and the egg, the protagonist is summoned to court once again. Red tries to justify himself, but the judge delivers his harsh verdict. The main character must attend anger management classes. Red becomes enraged and angrily walks away, realizing that he literally hates everyone on the island. At the Anger Management Center, the Red bully meets an instructor named Matilda. In his first class, Red meets the other students. One of them is a fast and cheerful Chuck, who got here for speeding, stealing and other violations of the law. Another student is a huge, angry and silent Terrence. And finally, the clumsy Bomb, who can explode, and that's not a joke. Matilda is willing to teach the birds how to control their anger. The first task is to stand in a dancer's pose. Everyone does a great job except Bomb, who explodes once again. The slightly burned birds head for their homes. Red claims he doesn't want to make friends and leaves all alone. He remembers being a toddler and learning about the protector of all the birds, the mighty eagle. Unfortunately, many years have passed and since he's gone. A new day is dawning. All the birds are doing their business. Some go to work while others feed their babies. Red and all the other students are having another anger management class. All the birds except the stubborn Red read their poems, but the lesson is interrupted because of some disturbances outdoor. All the birds run to the beach. They spot a real ship rapidly approaching the shore. This ship destroys Red's house, standing on the very edge of the island, which makes the protagonist even more furious. It turns out that this ship has brought some green pigs. A pig named Leonard explains that they are explorers from Piggy Island and gives the birds a lot of presents. Also, he promises that his mate and he himself are the only travelers on the ship. The birds decide they are good pigs and invite them to stay on the island. The pigs make a big feast. They sing and dance, launch pyrotechnics, jump on a trampoline, show the birds a huge slingshot, and at the end of the show ask Red to come on stage. Using this slingshot, the main character is launched into a dizzying flight. Red finds himself at the edge of the island and notices the pig's ship in front of him. Chuck shows up and suggests that they search the uninvited guest's vessel. Before long, Bomb joins them. At first, the birds can't find anything suspicious. There are trampolines, vintage vehicles and a pile of different clothes. Bomb decides to jump on the trampoline and falls down right into the crowd of pigs who are hiding below deck. Looks like there's a million of them. An enraged Red returns to the party and brings a huge crowd of pigs there. But the birds no longer listen to Red. Besides, the wily Leonard immediately puts on a real cowboy show, and the birds joyfully hang out with the pigs. With each passing day, the islanders like the green guests more and more. Everyone except Red. The angry Red protagonist can't stand them. They are overactive, cheerful and noisy, and there are too many of them. Moreover, the cheeky pigs even break into his house. Despite all this, Red keeps attending the Anger Management Center. In another class, the birds are painting pictures. Once again, everyone is doing it well except Red. A group of pigs walks by and notices a bird egg. The green guests are overwhelmed with excitement. Leonard immediately imagines a paradise island with pigs and eggs. Red shows the pigs his paintings. And at that moment, another ship with green tourists arrives at the island. The protagonist demands that the pigs leave the island, but the judge bird stands up for them. That's when Red comes up with a plan. He meets first with Chuck and then with Bomb, and proposes to arrange a stakeout for the pigs. They fail to find anything suspicious, and then Red decides to ask the protector of the island, the Mighty Eagle, for advice. To do so, they must climb the highest mountain. Red, Chuck and Bomb embark on a dangerous journey, overcome many obstacles and finally reach the top. There is a lake of wisdom and a large empty nest. Chuck and Bomb bathe in the lake and drink from it, hoping to gain great wisdom. And at that moment, a loud roar is heard. The Mighty Eagle emerges from the cave. He pisses into the lake, which makes the birds vomit immediately. The main characters ask the protector of the island to solve the pig problem. However, instead of listening to them, the Mighty Eagle just brags about his trophies and dances excitedly. Meanwhile, the piggies on the island inflate dozens of balloons with helium, and lots of chicks fly into the air. They also distribute tickets for another party. It looks like more and more green tourists are getting to the island. Back to Red and his friends. The Mighty Eagle plays a guitar for them and makes the birds sing along. Red asks the eagle for advice one more time, but the proud eagle ignores him again. The Mighty Eagle declares that he won't interfere with the birds' affairs, and disappointed Red leaves Eagle Mountain. He makes his way down along with his friends. While the birds on the island are having fun at another party, the sneaky pigs steal all their eggs. Red, Chuck and Bomb notice this and rush off in pursuit of the green robbers. The pigs put on a fire show and take advantage of the moment to return to their ship with the stolen eggs. Chuck rushes to the party to warn the other birds of the danger, but no one is willing to hear him out. Red and Bomb try to save the stolen eggs from the ship, but they fail, and the pigs sail away. Morning comes. The birds realize that all their eggs are gone and become desperate. The judge bird finds Red and apologizes for not believing him, and also begs for his help. Chuck offers not to feel sad and make new babies as soon as possible, but Red has another plan. He wants to go to Piggy Island and retrieve the stolen eggs. Still, there's a problem. Not all birds can swim, so Red offers to build a ship and assemble a team of the angriest birds. Thanks to proper teamwork, the birds quickly built a great ship and set off on their journey. In the meantime, King Leonard brags that he has found a lot of eggs and arranges a huge feast with fresh omelets for all citizens of Piggy Island. The pigs are delighted. The ship carrying very angry birds finally reaches its destination. In order to sneak into the royal palace, they have to get over a high wall. Red suggests using a huge slingshot to fly over it. Matilda is the first to fly, and she does a great job. The second bird is less fortunate, but the rest of the birds accomplish the task, destroying several houses along the way. Each bird causes a lot of destruction. King Leonard notices the invaders and orders his subjects to catch all the birds. The Mighty Eagle is also following the events from his mountain, and at one point even tries to fly to the other bird's aid, but he seems to have forgotten how to do it. Meanwhile, the furious Red personally gets into the air. He manages to fly all the way to the king's castle. Leonard notices this and demands the guards to catch the insolent red bird, while he and the other pigs hide the eggs. Chuck flies after Red, destroying everything in his path, and finally finds his friend. Soon, Bomb joins them. Leonard raises the alarm and tells all his warriors that they will win because they have weapons, vehicles and explosives. The birds indeed have to run away from the fire. Witnessing this, the angry Terrans wants to take flight. Unfortunately, the red giant breaks the slingshot. It means that no more birds will get into the castle. Whoops. In the meantime, Red, Chuck and Bomb are searching every corner of the castle for the stolen eggs. However, there's another problem. The pigs are about to start cooking them. All the eggs are in a huge net and will soon end up floating in a vat of boiling water. Overactive Chuck does his best to stop the pigs using his super speed. Despite all his efforts, the net with the eggs moves closer and closer to the vat, and soon the babies may actually turn into omelets. Red is fighting the pigs, at which point Mighty Eagle rushes to his aid. He did manage to fly after all. The protector of the birds lands right on the table, after which he passes out. Fortunately, Eagle soon regains consciousness, grabs the net with the eggs as well as Red, Chuck and Bomb and tries to fly away. Leonard grabs Red's paw, the net rips, and one blue egg falls out of it. Our red hero releases the net and rushes to save the unhatched chick. The birds in town fight the pigs, and Bomb blows up the runway from which the pigs' airplanes take off. Terrence shows up in town driving a huge truck and rescues all the birds. An epic fight ensues between Red and Leonard over the blue egg. Eventually, they fall into a huge storage room full of dynamite. Leonard threatens to make an omelette out of the egg, at which point Red sets the dynamite on fire, takes the egg from the boar, and hides from the powerful explosion under a fallen vat. This blast destroys the entire city. Luckily, all the birds manage to escape. The Mighty Eagle returns the stolen eggs to the happy parents. Only one couple of blue birds is looking sadly at the empty net. Their egg is gone. Everyone is looking at the ruined piggy town and feels sad, realizing that Red is no longer with them. What's that? Alive and unharmed, Red crawls out from under the debris, holding a piece of shell in his wings. There are 3 tiny blue chicks inside. Chuck and Bomb are extremely happy to see their friend. Our red hero hands the chicks to their parents and hugs the Mighty Eagle. The joyful birds return to their island and restore their homes. In addition, they build a new house for Red in the center of the town. From now on, he is a true hero of all the birds. The little chicks he saved sing a triumphant song for him. It's a success. Who were you rooting for? The birds or the pigs? And don't forget to like this video. Otherwise, I'll look like an angry red. I'll see you later, friends.